What if I told you that you're gonna live an awesome life? You'll party every day, go on vacations, and enjoy life to your heart's content. But for all of that, you'll only get to keep a few pictures, a few images for the brightest moments of your life. And a few weeks later, you'll have even forgotten where those images are from, what you did on those days. That is the life you're living today. That is a problem I've been facing for some time. So, this video is about the system I've tried to create in order to remember my memories for longer, to hold the emotion that was associated with them. And what I've discovered through all of this is that the brain is designed to have amazing experiences, not to remember them. Almost all of the pictures that I have from birthdays, from events, from celebrations are devoid of the emotion that was first attached to them. I don't remember why I took them. I don't remember what I did that day or why I took the picture in the first place. To counter that, I installed sort of a new habit about 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago now. Basically, I created a Google Doc, and every time something awesome happened to me, something that I wanted to remember, I would write it down in that Google Doc with the date. And I thought that if I'd write this down, then I'd remember all that I've done over the years, and that would be great. And it sort of is. But recently, I went back and I read some of the entries from the beginning of that document, and the discovery I made is something that is not very good. It seems that the farther back I go in the Google document, the less well I remember whatever happened, the less well I am emotionally connected to it. It is definitely better than taking images because images can't tell you what actually happened. They can just be random selfies of yourself with something. But when you write it down as a story, you can convey emotion way better. You can convey what happened way better. And really, I cannot forget so many things that happened at school just because I wrote them down and because I have them, because I can read them anytime that I want. The problem with this though is that just like all memories, these memories fade as well, even if you write them down. I might remember something that happened 3 months ago pretty well, but 3 years from now, I won't remember it as well at all. And what is worse is that the emotion that was attached to it won't be there either. Another very interesting thing that I've discovered from this is that we take pictures not to remember what we did, but to remember how it made us feel. The point of pictures and the point of these anecdotes as well is to preserve the emotion that we have associated with different memories. The point of this is not to remember everything that you've done. The point of this is not to remember every day of your life. The point of this is to try to remember what is actually worth remembering. What you think is so awesome that you want to remember it 10 years from now. And that's what I'm trying to do with this. It's sort of an experiment. I'm trying to figure things out as I go, and I don't know of many people who talk about this. But I think it's very important that everybody does it because there are many memories that are actually worth preserving. The point of this is to remember the significant events throughout your life, what you yourself deem worthy of remembering. That is what you want to remember. Another reason I think it is important to write these down is because writing is a form of active recall. When you're actively recalling what happened, that means you'll remember it better because of it. Another thing I've discovered is that it is important to describe the situation that I was inside of at the time as well. What I did not know before is that I need to describe what happened like a novelist would. Another project I've started is something called Leho. So basically, every time something great happens, something awesome happens with my dog Leo, I write it down in a WhatsApp group that has only me. And that's been going on for a few months now. And now I discover that whenever I describe something that was way back 4 or 5 months ago, I don't remember what the place was, what was happening at the time. I might describe the living room as I know it today, but 6 months from now, 1 year from now, the living room might be completely different. So I don't know what I want to see when I read that anecdote. And so I'm discovering now that not only do I need to describe what happened, I need to describe what was around me, what the situation was like, where I was, and all of the things that I might not know like I do right now. I need to imagine that I've forgotten everything and then recreate the whole situation like a novelist would. And that is something new that is pretty important, I think. I am also trying to make it now so that I take more images of the ordinary. I don't like it when people take images at birthday parties or celebrations or things like that because taking images means that you forget what actually happened. Images are a form of preserving a memory, but the form of preserving a memory just ruins it in the moment, and that is what I don't really like. I like having people around me who like taking images because then I have images, but I don't have to go through the cost of taking them either, so that's a pretty good pro as well. The point with taking images of the ordinary though is to remember what my life used to be like. I want to remember my house, how it used to be like, and how it is different, how it is so different from how it used to be. I want to remember my life 6 months ago, 1 year ago, 6 years ago, and if I take images of what is completely ordinary today, it will very surely surprise me when I look back at it many, many decades from now. Another thing I'm trying to implement right now is that I come back to these things regularly. I want to make it so that every year or every 6 months I read these things so that I remember them. And especially when I'm in a bad mood, I try to come back to them. I try to read them. I don't often do it, but I'm sure that if I did, I would be in a way better mood because of it. This is for sure a great idea for everybody to try at one part in their life. I'm sure it will be very helpful for you, maybe as well. And well, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye. Please watch this one next.